Okay. For about 7 weeks now, there was this video on Instagram. Well, there was a group of friends talking or podcast those talking, and their question is, who is more dangerous when they stop holding back? Superman, Flash, Deadpool, and I can't remember who else it was. The other person doesn't matter, he wasn't even in the conversation. But I wrote Superman because they'll feel like who's more powerful, who hasn't, without being nuffed by the writers. So this is Golden Age / Silver Age Superman because he has not been nuffed, okay, by the writers. Who is more powerful? The person says the Flash. I don't know who this guy is. Don't know anything. But no. The Flash at his most powerful. Yes, has the Speed Force. Yes, is super fast. Yes, by himself can destroy the planet. Heck, he could probably destroy time. Okay? But we're talking about stop holding back and not nuffed by comic book creators. The writer. The writer didn't nuff him or anything. Which means we have Superboy Prime level Superman. Well, Superboy Prime problem is he's arrogant. Now we have Superman with Superboy Prime's powers. Okay? We have Golden Age / Silver Age Superman who can destroy a galaxy by sneezing. Remember, there is no chaos, no crisis event happening because that was enough to Superman every time that happens. Well, the writers did it. So there's no writers. This is pure, perfect Superman. No holding back, nothing. Now, if Superman can destroy a galaxy by sneezing, what can he do to the Flash? Their argument was the Flash can travel back in time. Well, Superman can travel back in time. We have seen it in movies. Well, the Flash is super fast. Well, I'm going to bring up Zack Snyder's Superman. I hate Henry Cavill's Superman. It's one of my least favorite Superman versions there are. But even I have to say, when he was fighting the Justice League, Superman fighting the Justice League by himself, when he stopped holding back, was looking at the Flash like he was nothing. And this is, in my opinion, one of the weakest Supermans. But Henry Cavill's Superman beat the Flash, not holding back. So much so that the Flash wasn't able to keep up with him. And the Flash is looking at him and he's just like, type deal. Yeah, Henry Cavill's Superman, one of the weakest Supermans, is stronger than the Flash. And this is Zack Snyder's Flash, which is just stupid, like random, like lightning is always coming off of him and stuff. It's kind of stupid because most people know the Flash has lightning powers and stuff. But yeah, this Flash is already going Godspeed type Flash powers. Because most of the time, Barry uses the lightning after he gets an upgrade. So, normal Flash wouldn't have lightning yet. So this Barry, well actually, was it Barry or was it Wally in Zack Snyder? I can't remember. But that Flash is already at a Godspeed level of Speed Force, which is one of the fastest villains. So much so that he was able to move around an entire battlefield, moving so fast that he is physical every time. Oh, that's my cat making noise. That was Godspeed. It's like, boom, oh, he's actually there. But there's 50 of him because he's moving that fast. Plus, Godspeed was able to travel through time and all this other stuff. So I'm putting Zack Snyder's Barry at that category. And Zack Snyder's Superman was able to beat him. The weakest Flash was able to beat Barry. Okay? We look at the comics, like I said, Golden Age Flash had nothing against Golden Age Superman. The Golden Age Superman wasn't even at his most powerful yet, and he was still powerful. But if we again look at around that time, around Silver Age, I guess, it was Superboy sort of. And he was able to break the fourth wall. He's super fast. He stopped holding back. But his universe was destroyed in a crisis event. Which then he saw what was happening to the heroes and broke through a virtual nothingness. A realm that doesn't exist anymore. He broke through to the normal Justice League reality that was taking over. Superboy Prime, not the strongest version of Superman. And Superboy Prime broke through a nothing to get into the reality he wanted to be at. And then proceeded to kick every Justice League member's butt. So, yes, Superman would be the fastest Flash. He would beat the Flash so fast, nothing. He could probably use the Speed Force if he stopped holding back. Honestly, that would be kind of cool. I wonder if someone would write that one of these days. That's free for anyone who wants to write that storyline. Superman gets the Speed Force because he's that fast. Don't think they'll do it because they nuffed him so many times. But that would be an interesting story. But, yes, Superman is more powerful than the Flash. Superman would destroy the Flash. I'm not really even a Superman fan. I'm a Supergirl fan. And Supergirl would destroy the Flash. So, yes. I don't think the Flash has a Flashpoint chance in the Flashpoint of beating Superman. Or any of Superman's family. That includes Supergirl, Superboy Prime, normal Superboy, which is a clone who's actually weaker than Superman because he's half Lex Luthor, but he's super intelligent because of that. I guess Croc's son, what was his, Jonathan? I guess Jonathan would beat the Flash. I don't think, and Jonathan's not even Prime yet. Jonathan's still a teen / kid. So, I don't think the Flash is beating Superman. I think the Flash would be able to travel across the galaxy and meet Superman at the other end, standing there like, I've been waiting for you. And that's using the the Speed Force. And we talk about time travel. We got the Christopher Reeve's movie where Superman spun around the Earth fast enough to literally time travel the entire world, not just himself. He literally reversed time, not holding back, by the way. So, if you take all the nerfs out of it, but keep all the stuff that all the writers put into Superman, Superman would destroy the Flash. Deadpool's a pile of pulp. Like, Superman would just fly Deadpool into the sun. Maybe Deadpool would come back. I don't know. Deadpool might write himself out of existence just to change the comic book. But then you got Superboy Prime, who's basically able to do the same thing. So, I don't know. That'd be interesting. The Superboy Prime is Superman not holding back, but not as intelligent. He's arrogant. He's cocky. He's a teenager. So, I don't know if... I think Superman would beat Deadpool too. It would be a freaking pain in the neck because Deadpool would get his butt handed to him every time and just come right back. And of course, this is if Deadpool has Madcap, who is technically a weakness, but at the same time a strength, because Madcap is the person who gives Deadpool the fourth wall breaks. So, don't know how that would work. Well, that was weird. There was just a flash of light behind me. I don't know if you caught that. But, yeah. I think Superman will destroy the Flash in an instant. I don't think there was any way the Flash would win. Even at the Flash's most powerful, I don't think the Flash can win. Heck, we got... Even if we do all the power-ups Superman has, like, Red and Blue Superman were as fast as the Flash. So... And that's Superman separated. Two different versions of... So, I don't know. Like, one had speed and one had strength, I think, or something like that. But yet they were both about the same amount of speed. That was stupid. Why is Red and Blue Superman so... But, yeah... You can't just be like, oh, well, without this, and you have to take out the Golden Age, but we don't keep the Golden Age of the Flash, and it's like, no, truly 100%, no holds barred, no holding back, pure powered Superman, with none of the weaknesses, none of the kryptonite, none of the etc. Superman would beat Flash. Pure power Superman would destroy the Flash in an instant. Kind of like how he did in Zack Snyder. I think it would be that type of situation where Flash is looking at him like, oh, you're keeping up with me. Oh, you're making eye contact with me. Oh, I'm against the wall. Heck, I would even think it would be kind of like the Sentry in the Thunderbolts, where Superman's just doing laps around the Flash. And Sentry is not even as powerful as Superman. I think Sentry is still one of my favorite, most powerful superheroes. But, yeah, Sentry would not be able to beat the Flash. And that's the golden yellow costume Sentry, not the Sentry that looks like a medieval knight from the 90s. That's a different character. Technically, yes, he didn't look like a medieval knight, but he looked 90s, let's put it that way. With big white ponytail, like eye makeup. I think he had an axe. I'm not really sure. That was one of the first comic books I picked up was the, what was that? It wasn't West Coast, it was, Oh, I can't remember what Frozen Avengers that was. Got it at a dollar store. I also got Avengers with Mephisto on the cover. That one's kind of expensive, and I picked it for $1 as a kid. But yeah, I think the Flash would be beaten by Superman. That's my main point. I'm not even knowledgeable in all of Superman's powers. Like, there was stuff that just keeps coming up, and I'm like, okay, which will get the Flash? Speed. Time travel. Okay. Anything else? You can throw lightning. Okay. Anything else? Well, in the TV show, you had the lightning sword like a lightsaber. That was weird. I forgot about that until we were supposed to be watching Flash clips. It's like, here's the Flash! Okay. See us.